You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, defense.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he cuts it right and into space. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, they didn't do a lot there to fool anyone. They just came right out and ran the football, but with great success, and that's the way you want to get things started. A nice quick opener for a big gain.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Jim. Slip.
Hey, alert.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
One, Omaha.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 31. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes this 26-year-old ball carrier. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. But now it's 3rd and goal. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
21. 52.
Garoppolo now. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Man left, man left. Hey.
Here's Gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he's got room. That one good for 26 and a first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
And he's got some space here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Value 3. Recon, 132 fighter. He's coming, double up.
This is Darrell Henderson, the rookie 3rd rounder. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Zerline's kick is good. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now Garoppolo lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
54.
Goff now looking to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 yards on the play, first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Undercrunch. Watch twist. Tighten up.
They'll look to run with Henderson. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rams have taken the lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start the drive here with an end around. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tardy.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We go tonight. 120.
54. Mike, 54. All day.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Let's go, Todd. Let's go, Kel.
Right there, 54, right there.
Now a 1st down throw, gone. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
You draw Corcoran. Listen. 76, tell him. 76.
Now it's gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 22 yards there, a 1st down. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his 2nd NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Gone. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Shell. 61, matchbox lights. Here we go, 76, 70.
From the gun, here's Goff. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Josh Reynolds, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
That's how you score on them.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
16. 49ers 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
56. Check 56.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Here we go. Whirling. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. Hey, let's get that ball.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 37. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And Gurley on 1st down, no chance that time. He's swallowed up for a loss of about 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Check 24. Check 24. Hey, kill. Spike 56. Rabbit.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go, 180. 56. Here I come.
Now on 2nd and 13, Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st down, it's gone. Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Let's go, defense. Who we got?
Back to the air. Goff on second down. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Here's Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run it.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing on third. Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Dante Fowler in on the stop. Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. To throw is Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with it.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, it's Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
They're not ready for this. They still playing suck.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 25 yards that time. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Goff now to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
I'm here all day.
Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike.
Goff throwing again. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
Any weapon.
I got you.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
16 yards is the pickup there at a 1st down for L.A.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together Charles. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season. Really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Garoppolo on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Black 80! You must be true.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. Now the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Goff going to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. On third and long, it's Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by John Johnson, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 50-yard line.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big